Hello ladies, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really hope you ladies are having a great day. So I wanted to come on and do a video regarding dating black men. As a woman, and as a black woman especially, is it worth dating within the community exclusively, right? So if you're new to my channel, I talk about anything that has to do with black women empowerment. I talk about interracially dating for black women, and I talk about this because black women are the least likely to open up their options, and that could be a main reason why a lot of black women are single or live their life single, because they have not tried to put themselves out there, their best selves out there, to get the best man for the job, and instead they choose to exclusively date black men. But recently, especially here on YouTube and online, a lot of conversations are being had questioning if only sticking to black men, a group of men who make up like less than 5% of the population here in the US, is worth you dating exclusively. So I wanted to answer this question. Is it time for black women to date other races of men? And also another question, are black men even worth dating in 2022, especially the ones who are high value, I guess, that meet the standard of having high income, good careers? And why is it that there are so many single black men who claim that they want relationships, who claim that they want marriage and children, but are still very single? Only 30% of black men are married, the rest are not. And there are a lot of single black fathers. There are a lot of black men who have children out of wedlock that they don't take care of. So is it worth dating these group of men exclusively? Well, I wanted to ask this question to you guys and then try to answer it myself in this video, because I came across a post from another black man who did, kind of a observation on dating the top 20% of black men as a black woman, and what you should expect if you choose to only date the best of the best black men as a single black woman. So the reasons that he gave were pretty miserable. And as a single woman myself, who has never been married, no children under the age of 30, I read these reasons and I couldn't help but to think there is no reason for me to date this type of man, because these quote unquote benefits I'd be getting are horrible. In this post, he made some pretty good points as a black man himself. If you're trying to date a top of the line black man, some of the points he made is, as a black woman dating this type of guy, expect for this guy to cheat on you. Expect for him to have multiple baby mamas or get multiple, lots of other women pregnant. Expect to basically be in a polygamous type of relationship with this man, because there's way too many black women for him to choose from. So why the hell would he choose you and only you? And overall, this type of man in the top 20% doesn't have to wine and dine you. He doesn't have to be a gentleman towards you. You should be happy to have him, right? So I have actually dated black men with this mentality that have told me that they don't plan to stay faithful to me, that they don't care to go out or take me out anywhere nice. And I'm telling you guys right now, this type of behavior from these men is a turn off. There is nowhere in society that is like a law or anything saying that black women have to deal with this. You actually don't, which is why I promote interracial dating on my channel for black women, because you're gonna lose if you only want to date a certain type of man. Okay, you won't come out on top. You will have to struggle. You will be miserable. And the black men who meet the criteria to be this top of the line guy are blatantly and explicitly telling the world this is how it's going to be. That if you only want to be with me, I have way too many options. I will cheat on you. I will have children on you. I will not care to take you out or treat you like a lady. You're just lucky to have me because no one else wants you. And ladies, this couldn't be any more further from the truth. You have lots of opportunities to go elsewhere and to date men of other cultures that actually value having one woman, having a family over just what makes them feel good. And the thing about black men in particular, American black men, a lot of them come from single mother households. So a lot of them lack discipline and that masculinity that was important for them to be taught during their younger years. They were raised by other women. So they're only going to do things that make them feel good instead of actually doing what's right, which is what true high value masculine men do. They're disciplined, they're focused. They have things that they know would make them feel good, but they actively reject it because it can ruin their entire empire if they choose to risk it. Right. So now we're living in a time, though, where these men don't want to have to risk it. They want to tell you, be happy with me wanting to pursue what makes me feel good, and don't try to divorce me. Don't try to leave me. Why would you break up a happy home just because I want to sleep with someone else? And the thing is if that is how anyone in that home feels, that they feel they need to get physical intimacy for someone else to be happy with you, it's not a healthy home. It's not a happy home, because if it was happy, you wouldn't need for nothing. Like you wouldn't have anywhere else you really would want to go, like to the point where you sleep with someone else. Like that, seriously. I mean, intimacy is, I know in society it's like sex is cheap and sex is everywhere, but it does still mean something if you sleep with someone else, especially if you're married. And I know men are trying to condition themselves to think it's no big deal. And keep in mind, it is a conditioning, because biologically, this isn't a law in biology that men just don't care about sex. This is a conditioning that men are telling themselves to just not care about sex. It's just an itch you need to scratch. So who cares? Just go ahead and do it. I mean, a lot of toxic men are giving very toxic advice that are leading men down this road to continue to be single and by themselves, dumped, being left by their wives, because they're telling men to just not care about other people in their life and basically just care about yourself and what you want. And that is what's going to give you a happy life. And it's actually not. It's actually going to make these men pretty miserable, lonely. Someone will come and take what they got. It'll leave them embarrassed, right? It's not going to be a happy ending. No man that I know of has had a happy ending from cheating, lying, and having babies everywhere. That type of lifestyle is very stressful. It's not fun. And the reputation of those men are horrible. They tend to not be highly respected because they can't control themselves. So I think as a black woman, if you're still only interested in dating a black man, even a top 20% one at that, you're going to lose. And these men are telling you that you're going to lose because you refuse to go anywhere else. You refuse to open up your options and date someone different. You refuse to understand the reality. And the reality of it is that these men know that they're highly sought after, which is why they have no reason to be loyal. They have no real reason to be honest. They have no real reason to care about anybody else, because they are the ones who are being uplifted, because they're the ones that everybody wants. So stop wanting these guys, even though they're attractive and even though they have money. We live in a new day and age where women actually don't have to depend on having a husband in order to survive in this world anymore, meaning you can get your own job, you can get your own house. And as non-glamorous as that sounds, it's better to go that route than to deal with a man who's basically okay with making your emotional and mental life a living hell, because he doesn't want to be loyal to you. He doesn't want to take you out and do anything with you. And then on top of that, he's going to have sex with other women and have children everywhere else. And you're not valued at all. And you're not valued because there's no incentive for him to value you because there's just too many people that he can get with. So I wouldn't say that getting with a black man of this caliber is beneficial to anyone in 2022 if this is how they want to live and how they want to be. I don't blame them. I actually blame the woman that's going to go along with this, all for black love, having black children and whatever. I don't know. I've heard other commentators say that black women only want to be with black men for blackness, not because of who they are as human beings. And that's actually really sad. You should want to be with a man for who he is as a human being and, how he can also add to your life too, right? Because relationships are give and take. We do have to pay attention to that. But compatibility also matters. And you can't just be with a man because the only thing you have compatible with him is race. Like, that's a relationship destined to fail. That's a relationship that's built off of false pretenses and not genuine at all, because you don't really like him. You just like the fact that he's black and you guys may just get along. And that's not how it should be. Choose the best person for you, considering all those other factors. But at the end of the day, you guys have to be compatible in something else other than race. And when you figure out what that is as a woman, you won't settle for guys who are going to lie to you, who are going to cheat on you, not take you out, have babies everywhere, sleep with other women, and they just ultimately won't really care how you feel about it because they're the man, they're the prize, and everyone else can kiss it. So you don't want to have a relationship like that is miserable. No child wants to live in a home where that's going on, because that's miserable for them as well, and they will grow up damaged. They will grow up with trauma from the inability of not being able to see what real love, loyalty, and honesty looks like. That's something that they need to see between their parents, not just within their dad having a business and loyal to his business partners and loyal to his company. He needs to see that his dad is loyal to his mother. That matters too. And I know men are trying to make it seem like it doesn't matter and like it's no big deal, just so they can have an excuse to keep on with their selfish behavior. But it matters whether they like it or not. And men can't dictate what matters to children. It's only when the child grows up that they're able to realize what really mattered to them. And seeing true love in the home has been reported by scientists and just other people, matters and matters a lot. So please, ladies, don't enter into a home where there's just no type of morality. There's no type of integrity to the relationship. Integrity and loyalty to paying the bills and keeping your job is not healthy for a long-term relationship. You don't even need to be married to do those things. Okay? You don't need to be married to stay loyal to your job, and you don't need to be married to pay someone's bills either. You can do all those things outside of marriage. So if that's what men want to do, let them do that. But marriage shouldn't be on the table, because it's not required to make those things happen. For these top 20% guys that want to have kids everywhere, don't get married. It's not for you. So don't even put marriage into the conversation, and live your life the way you want to live it. But don't try to enter into an institution that historically is not going to benefit what you truly desire. So that's all I wanted to say for this video. To conclude, I don't think it's worth exclusively dating black men, especially top 20% black men in 2022. And overall, high value black men that look like this are increasingly making themselves seem the least desirable, solely based off of their character and their lack of morals and or integrity to a lot of women. Not all women. There are some women who actually will deal with this, but they're not a lot. So until next time, ladies, please like this video, subscribe if you're a first time listener, and I will talk to you ladies in the next one.